community building. We don't focus on shit that's community building. We focus on shit that is culture building. You feel what I'm saying? We focus on shit that look good to people that want short-term pleasure, to people that want short-term gratification. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk about the jobs that really help build our community, that really help move and shake and change our community. But then we want to turn around and blame everybody else and be like, oh, cops. So, man, we can change it. We can change it if we stop preaching this bullshit.
These hoes want to be hoes for these trappers instead of being a hoe for Jesus. Y'all get the point, though. Black people just glorify this shit way more than any other.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Hey, let me take the floor here, my nigga. I know you got a YouTube video you created, but let me take the floor here, pal. let me take the floor here. Let me do my thing, okay? I'm a yapper too. But what you gotta realize about the black community, and this is something I realized too, is the black community is so driven by materials. We as a people, we as a community, we're driven by materials. I know you might sit here and be like, well, everybody's driven by materials. Everybody wants this. Everybody wants that. My nigga, let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something here. Let me tell you something. Get close, get close, get close. Black people literally sacrifice their values, their morals, people's lives, their own life for money, my nigga. For a car, for this, for that. Now, don't get me wrong. Every other race does it too. That's not a thing exclusive to black people. That's not something we only do. You feel what I'm saying? But it's so many instances and there's so many examples in our society, in our community, is that we're driven by materials. Like this nigga, I don't want to say this nigga, but like bro just said, if you're not trapping, you don't got no money, you don't got no jewelry, you don't got no Hellcat, you nothing. You feel what I'm saying? You nothing. And that's the truth. For a lot of people in the black community, if you don't got anything flashy, anything cool, anything that will pop out to people's attention, they don't want to fuck with you. Men, women, they don't want to fuck with you. But if you got all that shit, like he said, you up. You up. Everybody want to fuck with you. Everybody want to talk to you. Everybody want to be cool with you because you got the materials. And when you chase materials and when you chase materialistic things, you completely cast out the person, who they are as a person. You don't look at the person. And that's why I think a lot of people in my community are suffering, because we're so focused on materials, what this person got, what they can do for me, what you know what I'm saying, what they got here, what they got there, instead of focusing on who is this person, what does this person do, how does this person think, how does this person react, how does this person deal with emotions and stress and shit. Instead of thinking about shit like that, we think about what kind of car he drive, what kind of job he got, how much money he making, what kind of house he got, do he live with his mama. Like, we think about shit like that instead of looking at the person. And to be honest, that's why a lot of our men and women are in this constant cycle of getting matched up and linked up with bad people. Because a lot of y'all only see the material. Y'all don't look past the material. And when you do look past the material, and when you like, the money not worth it, the car not worth it, the house not worth it, the jewelry and the gifts and everything that he or she buy me is not worth it. And when you finally look past that shit, it's too late. You know, y'all, you in too deep. They got their hooks in you, whether it's a baby or y'all been together for a long time. You got a deep emotional connection. It's too late. And then when you try to get out of it, it's even messier. So it's like, you gotta really understand that. And I think this is just for any community, mainly our community, because like he said, I see it the most in ours. We gotta stop looking at materials as the leading factor for why we do anything. And I understand why we do it is because a lot of us grow up poor. A lot of us grow up not having this shit. A lot of us grow up not having a car. A lot of us grow up not having clothes, not having not having, you know, accessories, not having, you know, access to the best food or to the best this or to the best that. A lot of us grow up struggling, and then when we get to a point where we do have the shit, we flaunt it, we flex it, we want people to see it. But that's not good because people only see you for what you got. They don't see you for who you are. They don't see you for the smart person or the dude that's a hustler. Like, don't get me wrong. If you in the streets right now, you got a hustler's mindset. You can't be out there in the streets and be lazy and be slacking if you really want to make some money. You feel what I'm saying? So you got a hustler's mindset. You got ambition. You got drive, but you just putting it into the wrong shit. And if people sat down and actually looked at you and said, "Hey, let's look at," he might be selling drugs, he might be scamming, but he got ambition. He a hustler. He trying to make a way. He trying to find a way to get money. A lot of people don't look at that because they can't see past the person. They can't see past the materials. They can't see past the surface level shit because they can't look past that and be like, "Oh, you know, he a good, you know, he a bad guy. He walking around with ski mask on. He walking around with jewelry on. He walk around. He got a Hellcat. He blast his music. He a bad guy, man. He grew up poor. He was a little kid. He ain't had nothing to eat. You feel what I'm saying? And he saw everybody else in the hood. They had the fast cars. They had the nice jewelry. They had all the women on their body. He saw that shit. He like, man, I'm gonna do the same thing. What's the point in me not doing the same thing? So, I think in order for our community to get forward and to find success that is not within athletics, entertainment, or music, we genuinely have to stop idolizing those people. And we genuinely have to start focusing on shit that is community building. We don't focus on shit that's community building. We focus on shit that is culture building. You feel what I'm saying? We focus on shit that look good to people that want short-term pleasure, to people that want short-term gratification. We are the best at that, my nigga. That's what our like he said, degeneracy. That's what our community runs on. We run on degeneracy. We run on short-term gratification. We run on, you know what I'm saying, hedonistic things. That's what our community runs on. We run on overindulging in you know, drugs or substances, food, women, men. We lust, sex. We overindulge on that shit. And then we turn around and we become rappers and singers and musicians and we glorify that shit. Or we become YouTubers and influencers and then content creators and then we glorify that shit some more. And then people want to wonder, like, what's going on with the black community? Why is it like this? Because look at what we doing. Look at what we glorify. We glorify everything in the short term. We don't glorify, like I said, we glorify shit that builds culture, that looks cool. We don't glorify shit that builds community, that builds purpose, that builds, you know, togetherness. We don't glorify that shit. We don't glorify getting degrees. We don't glorify community work. We don't glorify working in the government. We don't glorify being a politician. We don't glorify that shit. Even though that's what's gonna really help us. Yeah, it's cool that you make money. It's cool that you're giving money back to your neighborhood. But then when you leave, guess who in charge? The same politician that made your neighborhood poor is still in charge of your neighborhood, or a different one with an even worse agenda, or maybe a less worse agenda. But the bottom line is, we don't have anybody in those positions that are running our communities, and if they are, they corrupt, or they half-assing their job. So we need to start glorifying shit that builds our community. And I'm not talking about no goddamn put the guns down, freedom march, nigga. I'm talking about actually educating our young brothers and sisters. Even people my age need to be educated on the importance of possibly being a political figure, working in politics, working in the government, being a civil servant, because those jobs don't get talked about enough. And then we want to blame cops and blame the politicians. Like, bro, we don't choose to be in them jobs. We need to focus. Now, I'm not saying force kids to do it. If kids don't want to do it, that's perfectly fine, nigga. I don't want to be no police officer. I don't want to be no politician. I don't want to work in the government. So it's perfectly fine. But we need to at least talk about that option. That option doesn't get talked about enough. We talk about doctors, lawyers, but we don't talk about politicians, police officers, firefighters, ambulance. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk about the jobs that really help build our community, that really help move and shake and change our community. But then we want to turn around and blame everybody else and be like, oh, cops. So, man, we can change it. We can change it if we stop preaching this bullshit. We can change it if we preach, hey, little bro. You go be the governor. You go be the mayor. These kids don't even understand that. Nigga, I didn't understand that. Nigga, back when I was a kid, I didn't understand that I could be the mayor, bro. Real shit. I didn't understand I could be the governor. I didn't understand I could be the mayor of Jackson. I didn't understand I could be the governor of Mississippi. I didn't understand that shit because it wasn't preached to me. Now am I gonna sit here and be like, oh, my parents should? No, man, my parents did what they did, bro. You know what I'm saying? I did what I did. I made my choices. I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to play sports and shit. So that was my decision. That was, you know what I'm saying? My parents pushed me to play sports. But I'm not like, just make sure that option is known. Like, let your kids know, like, hey, you could make good money and help out your, you know what I'm saying? It might take a little bit longer, but you can make good money and help out your brother and sister, your mom and daddy by changing some of these laws and changing some of these, you know, these things we got in order that keep us back. But like I said, we don't talk about that as an option. That option is never really mentioned a lot. You feel what I'm saying? But that's my midstream yap. Let's go, baby. We got another midstream yap video. It's coming soon. Don't even worry about it. That's probably gonna be the first one I edit. The midstream yap videos be the easiest ones though, no cap.
The race. And I feel like a big reason for that is our role models, bruh. Because when you really just think about it, who are the main role models?
I ain't gonna lie. There's no point in me watching this video again. Hey, bro, I appreciate you. You gave me a great segue. I'm still gonna like your video though. I'm still gonna like and comment, bro. Still gonna like and comment, bro.